Hi, I'm Mihir Joshi and welcome to the MJ Show. Now, you know what? Somebody told me on Facebook that you do the same introduction every time. So this time I'm going to do a different introduction. I I always tell you that I have been doing this for a very very long time on radio. What you get to see on the MJ Show, and what we do here is get you some of the best singers, musicians, and we get to talk to them, and we get you guys to get to know them a lot better. And I can't think of 10 different ways of doing the same thing. So I kind of landed up doing it in the same way. But what's different today is instead of one artist, we've got two artists for you on the show. Actually, come to think of it, we've done that also before twice now, because we've had Tochi Raina and Arvinder Raina, and we've had Siddharth and Sangeet Haldipur. But this is going to be very special because today's guests are the youngest guests that we've had on the MJ show. So see, we've already had a very very long introduction. I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm going to introduce you to our two fantastic guests that we have today. I've known them for a very very long time, but we've actually started talking right about now, like about a month ago or something like that. Why? Because I've always been talking to their elder sister. Now you've seen her on the MJ show before. I'm talking about Akriti Kakar, and this is the only time now that I'm going to say you're going to meet Akriti's sisters, Sukriti and Prakriti Kakar. After now, we're going to just say that we've got two fantastic guests on the MJ show. We've got the lovely Sukriti and Prakriti Kakar. Hello girls, it's good to have you on the show. It's been, like I said to all these guys who are watching us right now, I've known you for such a long time, right?
Yes, you have.
Yeah, I mean
It's always been so virtual because we've not met. But I'm so glad we had so much talking time before this.
Yeah.
So we've caught up on almost everything.
Almost everything.
Yeah.
Like I said, we've got two lovely sisters here with us, Sukriti and Prakriti Kakar. As you can clearly see, they are twins. And again, this is the last time that gets referenced because it must be
It's
thousands
taxing,
of times.
it's confusing,
like,
it's annoying.
Every time you meet, the first thing will be like, oh shit, twins.
No, they just go like Sukriti or Prakriti. It's confusing for me sometimes. I'm just tired and exhausted of telling people, okay, I am Prakriti, she's Sukriti. It's just very frustrating over a point of time.
People, have you now looked, see, Prakriti
Distinguishing
is sitting,
spot.
Similar but not same.
similar but not same. Prakriti is sitting here in a black
Yeah,
top
I'm wearing
and
blue.
she's wearing
Okay, that's
blue.
convenient.
There's convenience so that you don't. So what I'm saying is later on, if you have questions for them and if you're going to write to them on Twitter, you know whom you want to write to. Suppose she does something awesome and you want to say thanks. You want to say thanks to her. You want to request her for something. You write to her at Prakriti Kakar.
That's it.
On Twitter, at Prakriti Kakar, and at Sukriti Kakar is her Twitter handle.
Kakar.
Kakar,
Not
no
double
double K. So all the confusing elements that could possibly be there in the show are all getting sorted out at the very start.
Yeah.
And you know who you're. And I'm Music Man Mihir on Twitter if you want to write to me as well.
Yeah, follow him too.
So okay, so now that's all been cleared, let's get down to getting to know you guys a little better. So like I said, you've been around music for a very very long time. I mean, from your very childhood, your sister's been singing, and you've
Music
seen
has always
her.
been a very integral part of our family. Like seeing mom also, she was a music teacher.
Oh.
So I think that's where Dee got it from.
Right.
And we've seen her, we've seen Dee grow up, and there's like almost a decade difference between the two of us.
Yeah.
Three of us.
Three of us.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
we've always been really influenced, seeing her work, seeing her struggle, seeing her achieve whatever she has been.
Yeah.
So there's so much to learn, and there's like a wide
And you have
horizon
that
of-
at home. So,
Yeah.
everything that she does, like you have so much to incorporate in yourself. So,
Correct.
I think that's the best part.
And the learning never stops. Even
yeah.
if we see her today on
Correct.
stage, there is so much to learn.
So
No,
much.
absolutely, I'm sure. And having such an important sort of role model in a manner of speaking in your
that's
life.
what you call it, role model.
It's a great thing because
Yeah.
like you said, you get to learn all of these things
Yes.
at home, and you get to see someone who's actually gone through the struggles, who's reached a stage where she's really successful,
Yes.
and she has hundreds and thousands of fans and everything.
She's
And
also our biggest critic and admirer.
Every
Exactly,
time
that's
that we
the best
compose
thing.
something or we sing something, I literally have to go to her room for her approval, because if she says it's nice, I will tell myself, okay, it's nice.
and then she's going to be absolutely honest with you.
Yeah,
there's not going to be
she
any
is. She's blatantly
sugarcoating and all of that. She'll be
No,
like,
no.
She's not like that.
"Ye
Not
change
at all.
karo yahan pe right
Maybe
away."
she gets really motherly sometimes, but it's all a part of how we've been.
Yeah.
So
That helps
I
us grow.
absolutely love it.
No, and I know how much Akriti loves her sisters. We had one entire segment in our interview that we did where we talked about how much she loves you, and I knew right then that I've got to have you girls on the show as well, because now, beyond being Akriti's little sisters, you've sort of carved a small niche for yourself. You started your journey in the music space. You've recorded a few songs for Bollywood. You have your own band in college. Still in college, like I said, youngest guests on the MJ show. Only thing left now is to get like a 6-year-old child prodigy. No, they're not 6-year-old, but you know, they are very, very young. Definitely younger than anybody else who's been on the show. But like I said, you know, you've done a lot of things. I mean, I was just sitting here chatting with them while everything was being set up for you guys. You've done jingles, you've done a couple of Bollywood films already,
Yes.
where you know you guys have had your little bits to sing, and then there was a song that was all yours as well, which we spoke about last time. I don't know if you guys caught it, but if you didn't, you're gonna get to hear a bit of it today as well, and we'll talk about it a lot more. You've done live shows. You're performing with Akriti. You're
Yes.
performing on your own. You guys set up a band which was on India's Got Talent for a little while. So there's been a whole bunch of things that have
Yeah,
happened.
we've been ever so grateful, and you just made the list look even longer, so we love you for that.
So let's start. Let's
Okay.
start at the very beginning. Oh God, I'm gonna say a very good place to start. Anyhow, so let's start at the very beginning. How did it start for you guys? I mean, when
We
did it
were
begin?
in the 8th or 9th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It
So-
happened with an inter-school. Obviously, we were in school that time.
Yeah.
And we were in a band competition. There was some inter-school competition.
Horlicks
And-
with Kids. It was Horlicks with Kids. It's an inter-school competition where all these schools come together and, you know, play before the awesome panel of judges that they always have. So at that point of time, we happened to be at the same competition which was being judged by Sangeet Haldipur.
Oh, okay.
So apparently, we sang this song from a Disney album. I don't remember the song's name, but it was a Disney song.
Okay.
So
and it was from this Disney movie called Camp Rock.
Oh, okay.
So, however, the entire competition got ended, and you know, they came on stage and said so many lovely things about us. So we were so thrilled,
And we kind
came second.
yeah, we kind of thought we'll come first. We came second. We were like, okay, never mind. You know, at least they like us. So
Yeah.
after that, he happened to call us for an audition that he was doing for something. We didn't know what it was. So we were really thrilled, and you know, we were like, fine, you know, let's give it a shot. It's an audition.
Sangeet called.
Sangeet called.
Okay.
So we go to the studio, and then we come to know that he is producing tracks for the Hindi version of Camp Rock 2.
Oh, okay.
And we were like, oh my god, this is it. This is because we were such fans of Camp Rock that
Okay.
time. We still are actually.
16-year-olds that
Yeah, of
time.
course.
16.
Camp Rock and Disney movies were the best movies for us that time. And singing a Camp Rock song and then getting auditioned for the Hindi versions
Yeah, yeah.
was a really big thing. So that's how the first ever recording for us happened through the Haldipur brothers.
Awesome. Awesome.
So he called us over, and
This was how many years ago?
This
This
was,
was, I think, 3, 4
when we
years,
were in the 8th, 3.5, 4 years almost.
When you were in the 8th.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, I
Wait.
got the maths wrong.
I've got the math
I'm
wrong.
just trying to figure out
4.5 years.
That's exactly. It should be a little bit more. You guys
You
are
know,
the
art
first year now,
students,
right?
we're
Yeah.
not very good at math, so it's okay.
Alright, so first year students studying in Mumbai, that's what they're doing right now, and doing a whole bunch of awesome things along with it musically. So your first audition was with Sangeet.
Yeah, and that was officially the first time we're entering a studio wearing headphones, singing behind a condenser. And to us was like, because we had no idea how to go about singing in a studio because we had never done that.
Correct.
We would do competitions, we would sing otherwise, but we didn't have an idea of how good or how bad our voices would sound recorded.
Yeah.
And it
And
was
then
so
the next thing we
nerve-wracking.
see
Yeah.
on the teleprompter is Demi Lovato dancing.
Uh-huh.
And we were so thrilled because, you know, just to get our voices, sing for her was
Yeah.
such a big thing. And seeing her dance on our voice.
And lip
was-
syncing on our voices was just another trip altogether.
Full
So
on.
we did that, and we've heard the audition went pretty decent. We come back home, few days later, he calls up and says that we've gone through.
Alright.
And then we had our voices for the 2 important characters in Camp Rock 2.
Okay.
So that's kind of how
marks
we
So do you
started.
remember what was the
Recording
song
journey.
that you guys recorded, the first song that you recorded or auditioned with?
I do somewhat.
yeah. It was called.
Hum hai number 1. It
Can I
was-
hear you hum a bit of it?
Okay.
Both? Yeah.
हम जाए जहाँ मचे धूम वहाँ उड़ा ले दिल जी ले करार आ गए हम हैं number 1.
Yay!
Something like that. I'm
So,
sure I messed up.
And do you guys all, you know, this is another thing I was asking them before we actually started shooting. do you always now land up going and singing songs together? Is
No,
it like
not
expected
really.
now that
Most of the time,
the
because-
sisters must come together?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're the twiniest of the twins because I know so many pair of twins and they do their own things.
Yeah.
We fall for the same things. We have the same choices. We do the same things. We're in the same class, so
Yeah.
it's as twinny as it gets.
Same friends. So
Nice.
that's just how it works. But now obviously we work differently also.
Yeah.
In fact, whenever we're called for an audition, there's so many times when we're auditioning for the same thing against each other,
Ah.
which is fun, which is a lot of fun
Healthy
because
competition.
yeah, it's
Healthy
actually
competition,
you know
good
because
stuff.
when you have a twin, you're kind of competing since birth. There's crazy amount of healthy rivalry. So that's what happens, and now we audition against each
But
other
it's all good.
for.
It's coming home at the end of the day. So.
You know, I think it's so cool. You know, they land up completing each other's sentences. They have so many things in common. They love the same kind of things. And though they said there was like one sentence that Sukriti said, which I was almost going to sort of grab onto.
What is that?
And you know, like say that okay, this is something that's gonna bother Akriti and her mom and dad now for a little while. Said we fall for the same thing. So still.
I knew what he was coming to.
And I'm just pulling their leg. Okay, so you know what? We landed up talking and introducing them for such a long time, and you've just figured out how the very start of their journey into the singing world and the Bollywood world has begun. But I promise you, there's a lot more fun and a lot of interesting things that are still to be spoken about, and we're going to do that in the part 2 of the NJ show with Sukriti and Prakriti Kakar. So for us, it's going to be a small break. For you, it's just about going to the next video, which is right here somewhere. So click there and check it out, part 2 of the MJ show.